Hi guys, it's Opheana Sikaal here, and today we want to share with you guys on the subject of high vibration, how to keep your vibration up and how to raise your vibration. You know, when we're through with this video, you'll have our ideas on not only how to raise your frequency, but also how to keep it there as you move up through the different levels of frequency.
Yes, beautiful. We are sharing our insights and perspectives to ignite and awaken starseeds and lightworkers on their path of ascension to an even higher consciousness, really getting into spiritual life, the real practical areas that will assist you to move forward quickly and to keep your vibration up. And also, you know, we love to share from our modern mystery school teachings. We actually met in a mystery school and we love bringing it from now, from this modern place, right here, right now.
We're spiritual life coaches, channels, we're twin flames as well. And, you know, to get this subject started, high vibration, what does it mean? You hear it all the time, a high vibe, a high frequency. It basically means that everybody has a core energetic signature. And as you move on your spiritual path, your core energetic signature changes. And sometimes it goes down a little bit as you move through certain themes and then it raises. But on average, you'll see that level raising. And the first area to touch on is your internal world. So if you want to raise your vibration, if you want a higher vibration, the first step to look at is your thoughts and your emotions. That is a very key area to work on. So a few of the things we mention quite often, it's because they're so relevant. It's kind of like in a recipe, you always see some of the same elements. Why? Because they're fundamentals. And some of those fundamentals are pillar work, energetic management, clearing out old emotions and really looking at those traumas, not just I know about them and I've talked about them a lot. You know, I've done years and years of counseling around them, but it doesn't mean they're gone. It means you acknowledge them. It means you understand that they're there, but it doesn't mean that they're gone. It doesn't mean that those neural pathways are severed. It doesn't mean the emotions are gone out of your meridians and out of your cells. So again, one of the things, emotional freedom techniques, EFT, but a lot of other modalities. I mean, we could name 40 modalities you can use. We have found one of the most efficient ones, EFT. And for those of you that haven't tuned in before, there is a video on our YouTube channel, complete and easy EFT tapping guide, 36 minutes. All you need to do, follow those instructions and you're good to go. So that's an important part around your internal world, getting that sorted.
Yeah, the thoughts that go over and over and over in your mind create beliefs. And so the other side of it is really working on the mind, the belief systems. And that's where things like kinesiology can assist, really finding where the beliefs are stuck. And that's when you can work with the neural pathways. That's your internal talk, that internal parenting that you have played over and over again. They used to be the voice of your parents. Now it's your voice, but it started with theirs. And so really sweeping through the memories with EFT, sweeping through the beliefs with different, I mean, if you're not sure on how to find your beliefs, what are some of the things that you say over and over again, or what are you most scared of, or what's worst case scenario stuff? This could happen, that could happen. What if that, then that will happen to me when this is what happens, that type of thing. And just really sweeping through and cleaning up. That's really what it is, cleaning up the internal environment so that it's not so heavy and dense and thick. You know, it's literally letting go of the baggage, the heaviness of the baggage. You cannot ascend if you're filled with heaviness.
An interesting one as well, if you really have no idea what your beliefs are, is some clues, not all, but some clues can come from what you continually hear people or the environment reflect at you. Why is everyone always saying this? Why am I always feeling this when that? That gives you an idea of some of the internal dialogue you have, which you may not be aware of. So instead of just what's going on inside, if you get some clues, not always, because not everything is relevant, but what is relevant, feel into it and then look into that.
Yes.
Okay, great. And a second key to look into is your external environment. So if you really want to get that high vibe, keep moving along that ascension consciousness scale to experience more of who you are, more of your spirit embodied in your body, because that's ultimately, if you're on this path and tune into this type of information, this channel, you're very interested in that. You want to know more. You want to know how to do that. And so the next one is look at your external environment.
Yes.
Who are the people in your life? Which groups are you part of, or do you frequent? What events do you go to? What places do you go to? Everything outside of you. And so how does that influence your vibration? If you notice that every time you go to a certain group or hang with certain people or go to certain events or shop at certain places, you feel lower. You have to clear your energy. You might want to think about, are there alternatives that suit my frequency better?
Yes.
And it doesn't mean it's always only that, but this is the element we're talking about today, is how to keep your frequency up and to keep raising your frequency. It doesn't mean that you don't have a place with those people at all, but you may want to look at how often do you go, or how often do you visit these places, or what type of events do you want to go to that actually make you feel good. Because on the other hand, there will be events, people, and places that actually make you feel better, that actually make you feel more of who you truly are moving towards, more of your presence embodied in this vessel.
Yes.
And so that's something to really think about as well. And those are things that you can change quite easily if you're consciously aware of them.
Yes, and with these changes, that's where you also need to work on your beliefs, because a lot of people find it difficult to let go of certain social situations or activities because they believe they're going to miss out, because they believe they have to keep holding everything together in some kind of status quo of the social world, etc., etc. The other external thing that is really, really big for people is just media. And that's social media, TV, videos, books, videos. What are you taking in? What are you eating into your field? You are what you eat. What are you taking in, and how are you taking it in? For instance, if we would watch something on, a movie or something like that, and, it's okay, but it's on the edge. We would first of all put a chamber around it. That can assist. However, if something hangs around after you watch it in a negative sense, whether it be, you just have low thoughts, or you're thinking over and over again, or you're seeing pictures of the ickiness that's within it, the lower frequency within it, that's an external situation that your system is saying, this is not good for me.
Exactly.
Because you're taking it in. So really feel into, I know I like this series, but I do feel really yucky afterwards, and it keeps me in this internal spiral downwards, or I question myself. For instance, another one, which, I just cannot watch a Christmas show. I'm sorry. There's so many dynamics, Christmas and families and the attachment, so much attachment to how you have to be, and you have to forgive everyone. I'm not saying not to forgive, but it's forgive and forget and bring on that abuse again. It's really key to look at, okay, well, if I'm watching this, do I feel bad about my relationships?
Yeah.
Does it start to put, what we call rats in your head, and they start eating away? They just start eating away in there, and you've gone down this rabbit hole that you wouldn't have went down if you didn't watch that show or read that article, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah, no, exactly. And so, I was wanting to just add on to that, because that really got a stream of energy moving through me as well. Is for us particularly, for instance, one of the streams we love is sci-fi, because we're so galactically connected. It's a lot of that is truth, and obviously it's got a human spin on it. It's got this worldview spin on it, and fear can be fear infused into it. But we love that. But some sci-fi shows take it too far. It becomes too much about, for instance, violence, or too much about icky themes connected to galactic soul family. And so when it's too much, what we do is we tune in. Has it gone too far? Do we no longer feel that the excitement of watching it weighs up against the other side of the energy? We just stop.
Yeah.
Even if we're midway through a season, or if we're in season 3 and there's 2 more seasons, we just stop. That series is done. And we do the same with movies. If we are 10 minutes into a movie and it does not resonate, stop. Because our patterns are, well, we finished that. I'm sitting down now, I'm watching a movie, and I'm going to finish this movie. If it doesn't feel right, just stop. It's okay, read a book or choose another movie. And that's one of the easy things, which surprisingly a lot of people don't do, because they just watch it because that's what you do. I want to finish the series. I want to finish the movie. Why? Because that's what I do. Well, that's a habit you can change straight away, which flows us into the third area, the third key, if you will, that we want to touch on, which is really that you can not just be aware of these things, but work on changing them. And really flowing on, letting go and being aware of the choices and the actions. So you get to choose each and every moment. You get to choose everything that you have come into your life, and you get to monitor what's happening inside of you on your internal world. So your choices and your actions, including letting go, are what's going to change things, not just by you being aware of it, not just by you talking about it. You need to take action and make a different choice, or a choice to resolve those things, whether it's inside of you or coming in outside of you as energy, as food, as media food, because you're very, very heavily programmed by all of those things, internal processes and external things. And so by being very aware of that, that is how you start raising your frequency, higher vibration, and keep it at that level. Because it's one thing to feel really beautiful and elated in a meditation, which is very powerful. But then if you drop back down to old habits, you're actually not going to be able to move through a really increasing of your vibration, which is what your starseed nature and your mission are calling of you. More of your spirit wants to be here. Your clairsenses want to be opened further. Your teams want to communicate with you, but it's your choices and actions that are often stopping it. And just feeling really good in meditation, or when you're in, I don't know, as an example, a kirtan mantra group, and you feel beautiful on that Saturday morning, or when you do your yoga, that's very powerful. But it's about bringing that and infusing that through all of your life.
Yes.
That's a very big key we found.
Absolutely. Yes. So choices and actions. If you want to take it really, as far as you can take it, when, you're passing over after this lifetime and you look back over your life, these moments of choices, are you going to remember all of the people that you hung out with, the situations, the movies that you watched, all of these things? And this includes food as well, the food that you take in, the density of the food. All of these things affect your vibration. And so if you're watching this, it's likely you're a very high density starseed, and your system is calling to you to really look at what do you need to let go of to lighten up? What do you need to let go of to be able to rise up? And watching a bit of junk food on TV is probably not going to assist you. And we are not saying don't watch it. We're saying be very decisive with it.
Yeah, and be very mindful of those choices.
Absolutely.
So, sometimes when you feel you've overdosed yourself with all of that, you might not need to take a break. That's when you're like, look, I'm not going to watch TV for a month, and that might be a way to get you into it. But ultimately, it's about making it a holistic lifestyle for yourself.
Yes.
Not about extremes, not about eating as much as you can normally and then doing a 1-week fast and then going back to the old behavior. It's about finding an equilibrium that helps you to raise like a spiral higher and higher in your frequencies and your vibration. That's the way to hold your higher vibration.
Yes. And
Beautiful.
So, of course, meditation, the lower energy bodies doing all of the work that you can do continually on that, really letting go of different things in your external environment.
Yeah.
And then really using your communication with your presence, with your higher self, as one of the key areas for your guidance on what to let go of, when to let go of, and really follow that, really listen and forgive yourself when you slip up and just say, look, I'm human, guys. It's all good. Just get back into it. You know, change the habits, change the rituals, the ideas of what you do when you get home from work or whatever. You know, one other little thing I wanted to share is, you know, when you're on holidays, what do? How do you spend your time? That's the way your life can be. You would raise your vibration in those times. You would really flow with what you felt like doing. This is the kind of life you want to be creating. And it doesn't have to take a lot of money. It doesn't have to take a lot of time and all of that. It takes choice. It takes decisiveness. It takes courage to just really choose it and then find out how to do it from there. Just choose it first.
And all of this stuff is not meant to be hard. But if you take little steps at a time, and sometimes you'll be enticed to take bigger steps, it's actually about doing it. Not just keeping it in your head. I should do that. I get that. I understand that. But it's about actually materializing it and actioning it in your life and in your energy bodies. So that's what the core of all of this comes down to, I'd say.
Yeah, I like how you said that. I should do that. I should do some tapping. I should just do... Sikaal and Opheana to say 5 minutes of tapping. I should do it. I feel a bit icky about that conversation I had with that. I should do it. Oh no, I'll just eat this and take this in. But you know, 5 minutes, that's all it takes to just clear the energy, and then your vibration can come up, and then you may make different choices in what you eat and what you watch.
Exactly. And it's kind of like, because you can it's very easy to make a list of all the good things you should be doing.
Yeah.
But it's
and then
probably
whipping yourself when you don't do it.
Because then you feel guilty that you haven't. It's probably much easier to just pick one that you know works for you and have sort of a list that's okay, but really do something different, break a habit, try something new, and it can be little steps at first. But ultimately, as starseeds, you're used to making big jumps. We always say that to you guys. Why? Because in this incarnation, you're meant to get to those higher levels of vibration, because that's where your mission will unfold more powerfully. And you can do it quickly. You don't need to do it with little baby steps. You're ready to do it fast. Listen and keep following your guidance, and your teams and your presence will guide you very powerfully.
Beautiful. Let go and rise up.
Look, if you resonate with what we shared today, just get involved in the energy of this channel. Comment and share with each other. Press that notification bell, because you will get our next videos as well. So we'd love to hear more from you guys. What did you think of this? And just let us know. We love that.
Yes, absolutely. And as we've shared in the past in other videos, if you wanted to check it out, we have the Ascension Consciousness Scale on our website. The link's down below. This can really assist you in making some choices with higher frequency, lower frequency, seeing how people are staying stuck. It's their choice and that type of thing. So check that out if you'd like to. Lots of love, guys.
Many
love sharing with you. Many blessings of love and light and good vibes.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.